My name is Dvarri, and I'm documenting my road to fame. Today, we're going over controversial celebrity interviews. I have to practice for when I'm on a podcast. We know I'm gonna be on one.
I don't know who this man is. Sorry to this man.
Congrats on your little bump.
You make music for gays.
I do.
No, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
Today we're gonna go over what makes a good interview, bad interviews, good interviews, and we're gonna try and do my own. Y'all know that I'm gonna be famous very soon, so I have to stay prepared. And by the way, all celebrities, all influencers are human. No one is gonna give a 100% perfect interview every single time. I'm sure in the future I'm gonna have a bad interview or two. It's human, we're human, it's fine. The interviewer is not on your side. You have to ingrain that in your head. The interviewer is not on your side. The interviewer is always on the side of the audience. And what does the audience want in an interview? They want the inside scoop. They want the tea. They want the drama. Keep that in mind for this video. You can tell the interviewer, oh, I don't want to talk about this. Don't bring this up. But you have to be prepared because there's a chance they want to catch you off guard and bring it up anyway, okay? Just never forget that. And honestly, it should be that way. I don't think we should have celebrities and politicians censoring what people can and cannot say. They're gonna ask questions and you're gonna be ready. Number two, you need to stay humble. I know as a celebrity, it can kind of get to your head, but at the end of the day, the person sitting in front of you is another person taking time out of their day to interview you, get to know more about you, put you on their platform. You are not the most important person of their day, especially as journalists. They talk to a lot of huge names, right? You're not the most important person they've had on the podcast. You're not the most important person they've had on the show. If you go into it thinking you are, you're going to make a fool of yourself. Lastly, do your research, you guys. No one likes to see an interviewer go on the podcast and not know what they're talking about. If you know the interviewer, the journalist, they like to talk about your music or what you're wearing, your clothes, or a recent project you're in. Have some details to share. No one likes watching an interview where you're dodging questions and it feels like you don't know what you're talking about. The same way the interviewer researched you and what you were about and the work you're passionate about, you should be doing the same for that interviewer. That's what makes a good interview. Otherwise, what was the point of you being there? Seriously, they put you on just to look cute and smile? No, they put you on because they want details, they want inside scoop, and you're gonna give it to them. You're gonna give it to them, you have to. Tyla on The Breakfast Club. This interview question in particular did make her look bad and it was posted everywhere. Just some quick context. Tyla is from South Africa. Oh, I just hit myself. Long story short, Tyla is from South Africa. To Americans, she's black. To South Africa, she's colored. She faced a lot of controversy and a lot of criticism for clarifying to people that I'm colored, I'm not black, which you guys, there's different cultures all around the world. We have to be open to learning what it's like to live 3,000 miles in a different continent. In her new booming career, she's been asked this question a lot and it's clear that she's tired of it. She doesn't want to go over it anymore. So she goes on The Breakfast Club and I assume her publicist had already asked Charlemagne not to say that question and he asked it anyway. See what I mean? They're not on your side, they're on the side of their audience. Instead of her having a nice little prepared answer to share with the podcast, she decides to do this. Roll the clip.
Colored person. What does that even mean?
Can we not? Por favor.
Oh, I like that. We keeping that in the interview too. I like when they talk from the back and say we can't. I like that. I like the character. That's good. That's even better.
First of all, it's a horrible look to have your publicist answer a question for you. Do you see how awkward that was? That you had to completely stop everything, break eye contact, look backwards. That just looks crazy. That looks crazy. If you have the time to mention not to bring up a certain topic, you should also have the time to rehearse an answer for it. This is why I also say you should be researching your interviewer. The Breakfast Club is known to be a controversial podcast. They talk about controversial topics all the time. They have viral controversial clips. Not to mention The Breakfast Club is an African-American podcast with African-American viewers. That was her chance to move a group of people that previously were side-eyeing her onto her side by just informing them about what her culture's like. What I would have loved for Tyla to do in that scenario was to say, I know colored in the US is a weighted term because it kind of refers to your segregation period. But back home in my culture in South Africa, we refer to ourselves as colored. I wasn't trying to separate myself from the black community. I love black American culture and I'm so proud to be immersed in it and be involved in this community. That would have been perfect. But instead, her reply was nothing, and therefore it was a flop and she made African Americans even more upset that you went on an African American podcast and weren't prepared to answer this question or willing. You know what? Afterwards, if you were mad they brought up that question, don't work with them again. So easy, but you should have been ready for it. I honestly don't even need to comment on this interview, but I did want to include it because I do think it's bizarre. Roll the clip of Blake Lively being ridiculously rude to this interviewer.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
And they are kind of bumps, aren't they? Thank you, thank you.
Are
You
you
like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I'm just gonna be honest, I don't really like this interviewer and her questions personally. However, this was the very beginning of the interview. All she said was, congrats on your little bump. Congrats on your pregnancy. Congrats on your little bump. Oh, that's crazy. You just said congrats on her little bump. She's not even pregnant. So were you just saying congrats on your stomach fat? What was even the goal of you turning the question on the interviewer like that? But what she said wasn't rude or offensive. And then it was also really weird that her and her co-star completely kind of blocked her out of the conversation. They started talking about each other. Look at my little look. It wasn't playful, it gave mean girl, it gave rude, it gave disrespectful. All Blake Lively had to say was, thank you so much, this has been such a journey, I'm so excited to be here and talk about this movie today. That's an easy way to get away from the pregnancy question, but also redirect the interviewer to what you actually are here to talk about. That's all you needed to do. But instead, she did the most left field thing I've ever seen, and she created a viral rude interview clip for herself. I found this clip of Vin Diesel during a press tour in Brazil, and this made me uncomfortable. Roll the clip!
God, you're so beautiful. God, she's so beautiful, man. Am I right or wrong? Look at her. How am I supposed to do this interview? Look at this woman.
Tell me your story.
Tell me your story. Tell me yours. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Let's go have lunch.
That was really weird. Listen. And listen close. I'm all for compliments. I'm a complimenter. I will compliment your toenail. Like if I can see your toes, oh, I really like your toenail. But you can absolutely tell when a compliment is just a compliment or when a compliment is lustful. Vin Diesel screamed, I'm lusting over you. I'm dumbfounded that this actually happened and that this happens in real life and women go through this. And she's at work. She's at work. I know we don't see it that way, but that woman was at work. A compliment can make someone's entire day, especially while they're at work. This was just wrong. This was wrong, it was weird. Please don't ever do that. Make your compliment sincere and move past it. Don't linger on it too, that makes it even worse. Imagine being at work, like you're a barista or something, and you're like, hi, can I take your order? And they respond, you are so beautiful. Okay, that's fine. Oh, thank you. What can I get you? And then they go, look guys in the car. Look guys, look at how beautiful she is. Ooh, I wanna take you and get some lunch. Okay, like, can I get your order? Like, can we get back to the matter at hand? Guys, she's so beautiful. Cut the cameras, cut the camera. This is not the right place or time. Let's not do this here. Let's set aside all of Azealia Banks' crazy tweets, crazy comments, celebrity fights. Let's put all of that aside and just take a look back at this Breakfast Club interview. Let's roll the clip and dissect after.
Well, interns here, she said that you make music for gays.
I do.
I'm not the intern. I mean, she looked at me like...
What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all.
Nothing's wrong with it.
So?
No, I'm saying
what now?
I mean, it's not specifically for that audience. You just make music, right?
I guess.
Again, you see what I mean? The Breakfast Club, pretty controversial questions. You make music for gays. Okay, like, and what if I did? There was something really successful that Azealia Banks did. She said, I do. Even if maybe she doesn't specifically, looks around the room and says, what's wrong with that? She flips the question onto the podcast. Let's give you the platform to answer this question. And now they're all scrambling. Oh, nothing's wrong with that. What? Why would you think something's wrong with that? But why'd you ask it? You make music for gays. What are you trying to say? Flip it onto the interviewer, because why are you asking me that? That's weird. Come on now. Let's get some good questions rolling about my music or about me or something. Again, even if Azealia Banks didn't intentionally create music for gay people, she protected that audience by answering in the way that she did. She could have said, no, I don't make music for gay people. And do you see how that could have been taken in a whole different light? And people start speculating. It's so much easier to protect her community by just saying, I do. And what's wrong with it? And what are you gonna do about it? When you look up the definition of charming, a picture of Keke Palmer will pop up. She is a very charming person. She's a childhood star. She has so many interviews, I can't even pick from just one where I'm like, Keke Palmer killed it in this interview because she kills all of them. All right, let's roll some clips.
I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I would have loved to turn on your show and saw you be a little bit more compassionate.
I couldn't.
Why, girl? Because the gag is you wasn't there.
Well,
I'm always trying to figure out how to reframe. You would call it delusional, but I call it inspirational.
Keke Palmer handles every question with such intellect and such grace. I almost can never be upset with her with any answer she gives because she thinks about it. She's grounded. There's actually a lot of clips and interviews about Keke Palmer about how down to earth she is. You can feel that humbleness. You can feel that gracefulness through the screen. And it's my goal to have that type of charisma, not just on screen, but in real life, because everything I see of Keke Palmer, I'm inspired by her. And that's the type of, the vibe you should be giving. I mean, not everyone's gonna be inspirational in that way, but they showcase themselves in such a raw form that it's just, you can't help it. She gives the people what they want. She gives them personal details about her life, which by the way, no celebrity or influencer is entitled to share anything that they don't want to. If they don't wanna share it, they don't wanna share it. They're human. But you also know, we're the audience. We're audience members. We're consuming this content and we wanna know things about what we're watching. We wanna know things about the person we're consuming. And she just gives all the right details, all the right words. I don't know, 10 out of 10. Keke Palmer does great interviews. I'm sure everyone has seen by now the viral clip of Dakota Johnson catching Ellen DeGeneres in a lie, but let's roll it real quick.
How was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
I didn't want to be invited to a party.
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you.
You do.
Yeah.
But I did invite you and you didn't come.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
Dakota Johnson took down Ellen DeGeneres. Praise. This one wasn't that weird, but she put Dakota Johnson on blast, right? And that's what the audience wants to see. They want to see you asking hard questions. Where Ellen DeGeneres went wrong is that she caught up the wrong person because Dakota Johnson gave the audience what they wanted. Ellen, you know that's not true. I invited you to my wedding. You know I invited you to my wedding. Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres. Now you look crazy. Now you look like a fool and you didn't show up. They want you standing your ground, especially against someone like Ellen DeGeneres who's been known to have some crazy questions in there. Claps to Dakota Johnson. And I like Dakota Johnson. She's very monotone. Her aura is very chill and calm. I love that about her. She's a really smart person as well. I want to have that type of poise when it comes to answering these types of questions. You guys know that little segment of Michael Jackson saying he hates going on tour and, oh, I love to tour. You guys, let me just play it real quick.
Go on tour, and I don't like to.
Can we just do it again without the negative saying that you don't like the tour? Just
I don't like it though.
I know. No,
I go through hell touring. I'll make it positive then.
Yeah, it's just don't.
Well, you know the truth.
Action, Michael.
I love to tour.
I don't even know if this was an interview or like a commercial type thing, but I'm gonna try and do an interview question based off of that. This is how I would have answered that interview question. I love to tour because I get to do what I love most. I get to sing, I get to dance, I get to put on a performance, a show for you guys. My fans and my supporters are the reason I'm here today, and for that, every tour is worth it. Guys, going on tours are exhausting. Exhausting. Imagine you being on a road trip for just 1 week. That 1 week road trip takes it out of you. Now let's take that 1 week road trip and let's make it 6 months. You're always on the road, you're performing every single night, your voice gets tired. People think that touring is really easy and it's super fun and I get to go around the world. It's a very hard job, but it's a job that I will do every single time to make you guys happy. But it's rough, you guys, it's rough out there. Is that good? Was that good? I think that was good. Especially nowadays where media feels like it's switching to more authenticity as opposed to this really structured celebrity bubble. People like to see the real you, and I don't think that would have been a bad response. Imagining myself in Michael Jackson's shoes, that's how I would feel. I would feel so indebted to my fans and my supporters that even if it makes me tired, I'm gonna do it. Literally what I'm doing right now. I work a full-time job and I'm sitting here filming a video. I don't have time in the week for this, so I do it on my weekend. So I'm doing it right now anyway, and I don't regret a single bit of it. I feel ready. I feel ready for my interview. So now we just need to find someone to put me on their podcast. No rush though. I still have some more preparation to do. This video was really fun. I like this video. Thank you all so much for being here. Always. I'm so happy. And with that marks the end of episode 6 of my road to fame. And I will catch you guys in episode 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.